Time now for Straight Talk with Edwina and Risa. Today's topic is trauma, and it can be defined in many ways. So, of course, they're here to help us understand it. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks, John.
Let's start off with the real easy and obvious. What is trauma?
So trauma is anything that a person experiences that's deeply distressing or disturbing, that creates a physical, psychological, or emotional reaction, and that interferes with their day-to-day ability to function. It compromises the integrity of their bodily integrity, it compromises life, it threatens their psychological, physical, and emotional safety, and so creates disturbances that are pretty big. Some people experience more than one trauma, and that's often called complex trauma. That's a little more difficult to treat because it is compounded. It depends on the severity of the events that are experienced. It depends on the proximity of the person to the event. In other words, did they watch it or did it happen to them specifically? And also just who was involved. Do they know the person? Do they have the trust kind of relationship, which is often more detrimental?
Psychological, physical, somebody you see it happening to you. I know there's some stats. You guys must have some stats.
No, absolutely. So SAMHSA, which is the Substance Abuse Mental Health Administration, says basically that about 61% of men and about 51% of women will experience at least one traumatic event sometime in their lifetime. And for children, the numbers are actually even more staggering. For children, it's actually 25% of children will actually experience or even witness some sort of traumatic event before the age of 4. Oof. Yes, so, trauma can really affect someone from a very young age as well, too. And so also the number one traumatic situation that folks bump into in the United States, and actually even the cause of death is being high, is actually physical trauma. So this actually affects quite a bit as well too in the United States.
Besides physical, can you give us some other examples of a traumatic experience?
Absolutely. So we usually categorize traumas in terms of big T or little t traumas. Big T's are the obvious ones, the ones that are more likely associated with things like PTSD. That acronym is often known. Those include things like natural disasters or any type of abuse, sexual, physical, psychological abuses. It can include war or, acts of terrorism, watching a loved one die suddenly. It can include serious accidents, car accidents, or even injuries related to gunshot wounds or other types of weapon injuries. And little t traumas, however, are not as recognized, and those are the ones that are compounded kind of across years and time, and that could be something like being called dumb all your life, or that could be not feeling heard all your life. And so those are some examples of trauma.
So many different
It's a wide range.
But are there some symptoms that folks can figure out or learn something about somebody that might have it?
Absolutely. So a very common thing that when someone has been traumatized is there's persistent sadness, hopelessness, fears, anger, irritability, and a lot of times it's really they just don't feel normal in general. Aside from that, when folks suffer from trauma symptoms, there might be avoidance, hypervigilance in situations, as well as nightmares and flashbacks that the person actually experiences. And so there's also intense feelings of like shame and guilt as well too. So quite a bit of symptoms that a person who's been through trauma will actually have. Somebody
dealing with trauma, how can they get help?
Well, I think one thing to remember is that trauma is unique to the individual. The examples that we gave are by no means exhaustive. Something that's traumatic to one person may not be traumatic to another person. And so really what you want to do is get professional help. Trauma is something that you shouldn't try to navigate by yourself, simply because there are deep-seated things that need to be brought to the surface and talked about. And so one of the ways is to get professional help with someone who is trained and specializes in trauma. And our center offers that. A number of our therapists work with trauma, and they can contact us at 375-7712 or www.hookollc.com.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
and in
John.
our next Straight Talk with Edwina and Risa, we're going to be talking about disciplining your child.